Your tea leaf reading of how LeBron James's Laker tenure will either end or extend.
Oh, gosh.
What's your tea leaf reading right now?
I think he retires as a Laker. I think that,
When?
2 years.
Okay.
I think it's a couple years. He still clearly has a lot left. I think the team is playing better with D'Angelo Russell shooting the lights out of the ball. Of course, didn't play last night. But
they also couldn't defend last night.
Couldn't defend at all. But I think, he has, I think it's a legacy play in a different way for him. And I think very clearly with some of the stories that have come out recently with, that the Warriors called the Lakers about LeBron.
They kicked.
They kicked the tires around to an extensive degree. Uh-huh. And I think that story and the way it was framed was spotlighted the fact that LeBron said no. LeBron, the Lakers let LeBron talk to the Warriors, and he said no, he wants to stay a Laker. I think he wants to stay there. I think he's always going to be agitating for a better team, but my guess is he retires there.
And I do love backstories in the NBA, and certainly real-time ones. So I guess the reporting was from Ramona, and I don't know. I think it was like a co-reporting. I'm sorry.
With Woj.
With Woj. Okay. Jeez. How could I forget? That Draymond just like the light bulb went over his head one night? Is that what it was? When he's retrieving the basketball that his daughter flipped over the hedge?
Hold on a second.
Add this guy.
We should maybe LeBron wants to come here.
Gosh, he could.
So he reaches for the phone. He calls Joe Lacob. Right. Who reaches for the phone and calls Jeannie Buss.
Right.
Who then basically goes, listen, ask LeBron.
Yeah.
And call Rich Paul, because you check with him, because if he tells you,
that's right,
I'm interested, then I'll be interested, because I don't want people who don't want to be here.
That's right.
That's and then Rich Paul says, we're not going anywhere.
That's right.
That's the way this apparently happened.
That's right.
When you say framed, what do you mean by that, Jason?
Well, I just mean that stories. You know how it works. When they appear, how they appear.
They all get together and say how. So it looks good that Draymond's all on board, and that Lacob is listening to a guy who basically,
I think
had to sit for a month. Yeah. That's a positive check mark for the Warriors. It's a check mark for Jeannie.
Absolutely. Right.
And it's a check mark for everybody.
It's a check mark for everybody. I think the story obviously happened as it happened. I think it also is helpful to come out now after LeBron had been
hourglassing.
The sand was gone from the hourglass. That's the other. It wasn't even the sand was running. The time had run out.
Now I may be showing my age here a little bit, Jason. Are there other emojis where there's more sand in the hourglass? Or is that the only choice on the phone? Just off the top of my head, I believe there is. There are more choices.
There are more choices.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna look.
What a world we're living in.
A crazy world.
So you think LeBron wants to stay here?
Yeah.
Give it a shot, for the Lakers to have Pelinka try for Trae Young, like shoot that shot here and run it for next year, which is kind of wild because, this is a team that went pretty far last year, further than anybody thought they could.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about those. I know that this is usually a different story. 2 great nights in Vegas, but let's not forget that.
It's a team that's capable. Listen, when LeBron wants to call down the thunder, he still can, as we saw in the midseason tournament. And by the way, Adam Silver should thank LeBron every night before he goes to sleep for playing the way he did and legitimizing that. As we saw the All-Star game. What's the thing everybody was hoping for? Why can't, one person just really try and grab the reins and play hard in the way that guys used to? And LeBron doing that for the midseason tournament was huge. Yeah, I think that he stays. I think they kick the tires on a number of different stars that they could try to pair with him. And I think they try and run it back. And if it doesn't happen, I think that as a legacy play, I think it's important for him to stay here. But then, listen, if they sneak into the play-in, you never know.
That's true.
You never know. They have that ability to be a great defensive team. They're not doing it now, but they have that ability.
Right.
And you certainly would not want to see them there.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.